He was just a janitor at MIT. One day, while mopping the floors, he happened to glance at a super difficult problem on the blackboard, and to everyone's shock, he solved it instantly. The entire MIT math department was thrown into chaos. The professor who had set the problem, a man celebrated as the Oscar of mathematics and a two-time Nobel laureate, normally needed 2 full months to solve it himself. He immediately realized that this mysterious janitor might be a mathematical prodigy capable of advancing human knowledge. The next day, the classroom was packed with curious students, all eager to find out who this genius was. But when the class ended, no one admitted to solving the problem. Frustrated, the professor decided to issue a new challenge. He wrote an even harder problem on the hallway blackboard, one that had taken him and his colleagues 2 full years to solve. He hoped this silent prodigy would take the bait. The man's name was Jack, a rebellious troublemaker who loved picking fights with his friends. Back in kindergarten, he had even bullied the professor, and now, in his teenage years, he'd kicked a cop during a scuffle. The court scheduled to prosecute him next week, but Jack didn't care in the slightest. That evening, while back at MIT mopping floors, he noticed the blackboard problem had been updated, and its difficulty had increased substantially. Without hesitation, he grabbed a piece of chalk and began solving it on the spot. Unexpectedly, the professor caught him in the act. "Stop scribbling on the board," the professor shouted, furious. Annoyed, Jack threw down the chalk, muttered a complaint, and walked off. The professor wanted to confront him further, but was stopped by his assistant. Looking at Jack's wildly creative solution, the professor exclaimed in disbelief. This was the super problem that had stumped MIT for 2 years, and now it had been effortlessly solved by a janitor. Yet this was only the tip of Jack's talent. Since childhood, he had possessed a photographic memory. He could remember every book he read after just one glance, down to the exact page and line of every sentence. One night, Jack's friends took him to a bar to unwind. While his friends flirted with some attractive women, a Harvard genius approached, trying to compete. He challenged Jack's friend to a battle of economic knowledge. Just as it looked like his friend might embarrass himself, Jack stepped in, using only his brief exposure to the material. He recited the book's arguments word for word from memory. Everyone watching was stunned, and of course, Jack didn't miss the chance to humiliate the Harvard student a little while he was at it.